Hey guys, my name is Zeniac and welcome back to another episode of our isolated city here in City Skylines. Where last episode, guys, as that plane is now floating on the water, and so comes another plane, we built, or started to build, our very own oil industry. We got everything set up, we created a big beautiful basin, we got some import-export area all set up right now, and we're going to hopefully add more additional production, and then start to create more exports coming out of the industry. Now, there's a few things I want to change. I want to change how the train lines come in. I want to add a third one into the region right now, so it's like really connected to the kind of import-export routes. And it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this now kind of ticks along. So as always, guys, we are back. If you are enjoying this series, want to see more, smash the like button down below. If you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But this is what we built. We created this big basin. We got a wall going around the edge right now. It's slightly elevated. It's a little bit hard to tell, but the land does drop away quite quickly. And we've got this big area where we're going to be drilling for oil. Now, these are the exploitation areas I got set up. And this is how it all kind of comes down and in. Now, I want to change this up. I want it to actually come down this way, then turn to hook back in. Because if I create a long straight there, I can do a little bit of a V to bring one into here. And then we might see them kind of transporting the oil. Rather than from vehicles going across the road to the storage facilities, they might bring it via the train. Also giving us another exportation route over here. So if they want to ship the raw oil out of the region, they pretty much can. It kind of covers all kind of aspects of this whole industry. Now, I did build these little overpasses. I don't know whether I'm going to keep them. It depends on how much changes either side when I build the production buildings. But I feel like they could be quite pointless. But we'll see. You never know in this game. You just never know in this game right now. So, I think it's time to rock and roll then. So before we go any further then, guys, we're actually going to build the road that comes down and then straight down to here to kind of build more of the oil wells up. Once I build that, I can then figure out where I'm placing the train station, and then we'll redo the whole train routes. So keep it to the raw road before we turn it into a dirt road. Oh, I think the oil industry just leveled up, by the way. We're going to pick a point here. Now, that one is quite straight there, but I am going to make this one. If I went from... Where's the 10 marker? There's 2 markers here. What are they both for? Oh, one's for the fence and one's for the road. So we go for the one with the road there. So I could bring this up to about, let's go there, so we kind of create some runs coming off it, and then this here. So if I go by a 15, we'll then get ready for a 10 by 10 bend. I love the 10s, boys. I love those 10 numbers, which is actually gonna be quite difficult to do. To go up to there is an 18, so if I went by an 8, then I know this complete and utter bend right now is a 10 by 10. Beautiful. So that's where the road's going to run out, and then we're going to do like little dirt roads that kind of come through and connect and whatnot. But obviously we need to do a system where we can export the goods. So what I'm thinking of doing then is definitely kind of placing it around here, but it's how we connect around here is going to be the difference. So if I kept these dirt roads running, I mean, I could keep them running straight. I don't know how that plays out for my oil industry, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with all of this. Keep these running straight. And there's like some bits we can stick out further than others. And some bits just, you know, don't really go the full distance like that. But it's around here where I wanted to kind of run it all up. But to be honest with you, I don't think I like doing that either. So we'll switch it up, guys. Rather than have the roads come to a complete and utter end, if I cut them back each themselves, we'll then kind of get them to bend this way and like kind of finish like a little bit of a loop. That makes more sense for us. It makes more sense. So if I went by a little bit of a 10 by 10, right, and then if I use the connection tool to do the rest of the work for me, we'll go from there to here. And I do want a little bit of a straight bit, which I could utilize from this just there. So we kind of ends. That road, the dirt road going on the edge is the perimeter road. It's like the security where the, make sure that no one climbs the wall. It's like the border control, isn't it? It's really weird. Which I can then just pull off dirt roads as I wish. So that's going to be kind of okay. Right then, so from this, we then need to build a little bit of an exploitation area. Now, the train station runs on a straight road, almost like a 20 you're going to need. So I could almost build this up like this and then place it straight down, but that again probably will feel a little bit weird. I could do a little bit of a loop just there, but then it's going to go this way, and do you know, that actually still might work. So if I anarchied this and came out by a 10, we're going to cross by the 19, which will kind of work for us. So we're creating this little loop system to kind of bring people in and out. And then for the trains, drop a little cargo area in just here. Right. So we'll work with this. It's right at the bottom of the peninsula. And that's how we're going to lead vehicles or trains out. So let's see how, in which way we're going to get this to work. Right, we'll go from here instead. So if I did a 6, is a 6x6 bend like this too much to ask for? If I went down like that, 8 by, is that bend too much, do you reckon? Because if I don't do that and then it's kind of stuck to your usual make it go underground situation by a 10, yeah, you don't really notice it too much, do you? You don't really notice it too much, which will allow me then to build the dirt roads coming off it, so I can then start to go 20 there, 25. We did all those in like different lengths. So a 10. Oh, that's the skinny road, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot. I was going to say, why is it not giving me the right spacing? But I realised it's the skinny road. The skinny variation of the dirt road. You're going to get a slight little gap. So keeping that going like this allows me to create a few more runs with the oil. And then we'll do a few more going up this way as well. So that runs down to there. Right. And then what we'll do is we'll go with a... Right, 11 by 10. It's not going to be the worst thing, but we need to bring it down to here. So wait for that train to quickly pass. And then we'll delete this and then rebuild this whole system. Boom. There we go. So what I'm going to do now then is bring this coming all the way down. So we'll bring it to about there. And as these now kind of switch around, so delete you, delete you, delete you, delete you. I want to mimic this, but on this side. Now, the inner one here came out to the closest one. So this is where we're going to have to run it. So if I now get the train line set up. Is that already bending? That's slightly already bending, isn't it? So if I went by a 10 by 10. Right, bring it down by another 10 and then do a 10 by 10 and then bring it down further. I just got to find that connection. So that there will be a 30, so it's a straight 20, and then we're doing a 10. Okay, maybe we're not doing a 10 by 10. Is that more? That's going to be more of a 9 by 9, isn't it? 9 by 9, but it all hooks together. That's the main thing. So then, in reality, this should be the perfect distance. That run there, and then we delete all the rest. It's about this in, and it just kind of connects in just there. So it kind of comes off, bends round, and into there. Right, sweet. We've flipped it all around, and the most important thing is it creates this straight bit here where I can do a little bit of a V on the ground to connect to there. Genius. It's almost like he now knows what he's doing. But at the same time, he has no clue what he's doing. And that just goes to show you even more the fact that I can't now build underground, because where I want to do it, it's on the road. So we'll utilize the parallel tool. It always comes in handy, guys. It always comes in handy. So to there, flip it over. And we'll just make it as big as we need it to there. We'll delete this bit. And then re-add in the connection. And then just here, we'll do a little 6. That's fine. It works. So just get this all now connected. So what is the distance from there to there? It's a little bit short, but I'll take it. But I can go back into play mode now. No issues, boys. No issues. So now, technically, this used to be the closest run to the exploitation area. Now, this one becomes the closest run because of how we flipped it around. But again, we're also going to have this one connected too. So with the train line underneath then, that's going to bend up, and we kind of do want it to semi-go into a straight system. So I reckon I'm going to pull it from here. So I want to keep it away from that section as well. So if I went for a... Oh, okay, actually, I need to bring it back a little bit further. So if I go here by a 4, where's the 21? Okay, a little bit more. A 3, 21. And of course, 21 this way. So we get the V going both directions. So if they want to carry the raw oil to over here, the production buildings, it's possible. And then I just need to figure out the bends here. So a 15 by 15. A little swoop around and we're all good to go. So that technically doesn't connect just yet with the power. Well, it should do now, right? Was that enough? Don't tell me that was not enough. Oh no, okay, it was enough. It was enough. And then we'll get the water going across, which will do a 22. And then straight up. And we'll do one more. And then straight up. So that covers the majority of the area that we want to work with. So before we put down the production buildings that create the petroleum and the plastics, we're going to up the amount of oil that we do produce and get this slowly rocking and rolling. And just let the oil industry kind of update themselves to their new train routes that they have available. So, right, how much oil are we producing anyway? We're doing 116 barrels. And then the output's 24 because a lot of that 116 gets directly taken to storage, as you can see. And then not much of it is being exported. So we should have then quite a lot in capacity in storage. So when we do have these buildings that we're going to build with the petroleum and plastics, we've got enough product for them to use it. So, oil industry. And we got to go for the big pumps. So large oil drills. Is this a production building? Yes. So we'll start with the big ones to begin with first. So 1, and we do a 4 gap, and another 4 gap. And then in those 4 gaps, we place these in. I'll do the same just over here. So there, a 4 gap. There we go. And then we'll come maybe down to the smaller size ones here. So bam. Now we're doing 4 gaps on these ones. We was as well. So 4 gap. 4 gap. It's a shame you can't get one right on the edge. We're bam. We're bam. So a couple of drills then placed in. Oh, we still got room to kind of maneuver. And there as well. I keep forgetting that bit. So we'll go for the large again over on this side. We'll actually do it here, backing on itself. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Slightly annoying, but I don't want to push it too much. 4, a 4, and a 4. And then just here as well. There's only going to be a couple just here by the looks of it. So lots of oil drills placed in. Lots of production. We've probably like now quadrupled the production, which is crazy when you think about it. It really is. So we're going to get lots of traffic here as well. So we've got to think about where they're moving and how we can also direct more goods into this area. Hence why I'm hoping they're going to use this. They probably won't, because I'll probably still see this as the quicker route, but I can increase the speed of the train tracks and slow down the speed of the roads. But we'll go for this for now. This will be a great start. This is quite a lot when you think about it. It is quite a lot. So we'll just let this run its course to begin with. And see what we get out of it. Right. Production building time. Yay. So we'll split it. We'll do like petroleum down one end, plastics down the other. And these are the buildings for it. We have this one here for petroleum. This is plastics, petroleum, and plastics. So if we stick with petroleum first and placed it up on this side, you can see the size of the buildings. There's a small one versus a small one. Both of the petroleum ones are tiny compared to the plastics. So we're not really going to need much. I'm still on the ground. Much going on. But at the same time, I'm going to try and gear it all up for this road. So if I bring this out by a 10, and then I bend this by a 10, and then I run this down to there, and then finish this up by a 10 and a 10. So we've created this loop going around, which is going to have a higher speed limit than any of the other roads. And hopefully they'll use this as the import-export route going swooping round. Look at the amount of vehicles now. Now we've got more of these vehicles on the go. The storage are being overwhelmed. I could also do it as a one-way road where they come in and go back out that way. So now that's said, again, we'll still have the general roads kind of connected up. But we'll be a little bit more lenient on it. So bringing that into there. Maybe I'll go this way a little bit. And then bringing these up. And then in the middle bit there. Spreading it out slightly. And that is the floral or the road pattern I'm building for all the petroleum production buildings. So, let's get these in one by one then. We'll start, again, it's not going to be millions, because obviously you got to think of traffic. But we place it around like this. There we go. And then we have the other style as well, which again is pretty much the same style building. It looks identical to the building, just with one less sticky out bit, which is really weird. Oh, I'm going to do it like that. This side's going to be a little bit different. It is what it is. Let's go from here. So we've got I treat it as a 4 little gap. There we have it, a little bit of a 3 and just there. And then we'll go back to a few little bit more right now. So I can add in one there. One there. 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 And then there and there. Now, that's quite a lot of petroleum buildings. How much petroleum do I think I'm going to make? This might be too much of an industry. This might be too much of an industry right now. We'll see. We will see. So if I run the power coming right down. So we should slowly start to see them taking it to the storage and more of them going direct to the building. Now I'm going to upgrade the speed limit of this road. I want to keep it to the same style of road, don't get me wrong. But currently these roads are set to 50. So if I give them a speed limit of, and it's going to sound ridiculous, 100 miles an hour. But this is to really change up what you can do on these roads. You can shift the goods, get them so if they drop the goods in here into there and they trained it to over here, it can just be zooped all the way over. Now they'll probably still feel this is the shorter route, which is then where I have to then start thinking about ways in which I can bypass the goods over this road. So these are all issues we'll try and fix when we see the issues appearing more often. So, yeah, it's just a case of now waiting. Again, some of them might not even use this, but we've got to give them a reason to use it. That's the difference. Oh, we've leveled up again. Nice. So we now got 408 barrels of acquisition. That's ridiculous. It really is. But now we're going to start producing our own petroleum. So at least these vehicles can zoom. Now with the speed increased, we're seeing vehicles export over here. And then we're going to do something very similar on this side. Not replicate it too much, but at least replicate the loop that we're going to have. So we came out by 10 on here. And which one was it on here, sorry? And here as well. By a 10. And then we just kind of connected the loop by 10 by 10s. So 10 by 10. I really feel I've gone a little bit OTT on the petroleum buildings. I mean, right now they all have the product. If they all have the product, then there's no issues, is there? There is none. And I'm hoping if they're going to bring the goods in like this way, at least they're going to export the goods this way. Hopefully, anyway. You never know with these fools. You never know. Right, okay. So. So, connect you down. I mean, I could replicate it to a certain extent, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful. So that connects to there, which creates this. And then I can bring you in and in. Bring you in and in. And then maybe not the full shebang because of the beach. But I can at least go to it like that. Yes. So you miss out the additional extension. That bit there, there, and there. That's all you're really missing out on. So not the end of the world. Now look at the sheer volume of exports going in and out right now. Interesting. Very interesting, guys. Which then would mean, why have I switched the exports up to there and down to here? But these guys, would you still use that? Which is making me think, do you know what? Is this train line even connected? Round and round. That should be connected. I could have that weird slight issue, you know, where it doesn't connect? Because of the V. Oh, that's not a train track. Right, this is just guaranteeing we have the connection. That we'll never know, because we're underground. And see if anything changes there. They should at least be using this for something. It's weird. Right, but let me now overwhelm the production even more. And now we have these buildings, which these buildings are a lot bigger. So we have that one, which is the petrochemical plant. And then we have the Napha, is that you say? Napha? Oh my goodness me, cracker plant. So one of you here. One there. Oh, not in industrial area. So bringing that down and round. La-di-da-da-da-da. So bam. Bam. One there, one there. So we might not be producing as much plastic as we are petroleum. I might have to get rid of some of the petroleum buildings. Right, the petrochemical plant. We'll start with one there, one there. So because of the sheer size of them, I can't actually place as many down as I can the other ones. I'm going to have to reduce the amount of petroleum plants I've now just planted down, because it is kind of ridiculous. So this is all connected. Just got to give it the power. There we go. Let's just, do you know what, before I do anything, let's just see the chaos that ensues from all of this. Let's just see the type of chaos that we get from it all. Let me increase the speed limits of said roads as well. So, grab these 100 miles an hour. Seems ridiculous, but I'm trying to give them a reason to use these roads. Now, does that just not have the power? Why not? Why don't we have the power? Oh, because I forgot. We're only getting power from the wind turbines. We created this onshore wind farm, which should be enough to power all of this. Yeah? No? Are we good to go? I'm hoping so. So, vehicles are actually driving over this bypass section right now, which is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted them to do. But the sheer influx is a little bit over the top. So what I'm going to do here right now is go and open up in underground mode. We're going to change the speed limit. Can I go back to underground mode, please? How do I change the... How do I stay in underground mode with this? Edit lane speeds. Default speed. How do I change underground mode for speed limits? So that's now set to, like, you know, the national speed limit in that kind of sense. But what if I change this to... Oh, hold on. How far does that go? 60. And then this one. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. To 60. So I've dropped them down by 40 miles an hour. So technically this is 40 miles an hour quicker. I just want to see if they change their speeds. Because this is a problem I've caused on myself. Okay, let's not beat around the bush right now. Now I could move these down to here and just space them out a little bit better. And then move this one up to there. But I feel like this one will get blitzed by these guys. So, you know, I'm trying to calm them down slightly. Now, they're all using this one. And I don't understand why. Because in my head, if I fast forward, to use that to go round, considering I have to drive over this way, use that one. You know what I mean? But I just have fear that this one's not, you know, you can't use it. It's operating normally. Oh, are they now starting to use it? Goods are driving down this way. I think we are now seeing the tides change. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So it will become useful for some. Now, like I said, they're still driving into this. It is going to take a little bit of a while. And the whole updates of the systems are going to take a little bit of a while too. But we need to find smoother ways to increase the flow. To get people moving a bit easier. So let's try and mess around with it a little bit right now. Let's, like, for example, let's get rid of the traffic lights. Honestly, that slows them down a little bit anyway. Right. And I don't think we have like a bulky rural road style. Oh, we do. It's a 2-lane country road. Now, how does that differ from, let's say, this? It doesn't. It's still a rural road. A rural road. It's still a rural road. So, in spaces like this, I think it makes sense to do and double up like that. Do it there and there as well. Because we can really control the flow of the vehicles. Like, this is the right turn. This is the right turn. We can set all the right turns up. So they understand which lanes they kind of need to be in. Right, it's still not perfect. Don't get me wrong. It's still not perfect. But at least we've got 2 vehicles able to turn out of the one way, which keeps that flow moving. I do need to have some additional bypassing routes. Yeah. Because as good as this is... Oh, is the traffic alleviated slightly? I think it has. But yeah, anyway, forget that. I do need to have some alternating bypassing routes to get from point A to point B. Because these are all driving all these goods to over there. And that is a little bit crazy. So, I could make this just elevate over in general. And then they'll use this road as being the crisscrossy, turny-uppy, here-we-go-y kind of style section of road. But is that putting too much pressure on this junction? And I can hear someone going roundabouts. Roundabouts. Listen, you mind your own business. Let me see what happens. It's all part of the fun. This is what you got to do. So with that, if that's going to be the case, then I don't need to do a double style of road. I can just stick to this. So 8 to there by 8 and over. So that does that, which forces them to use this road to go up and down. But this keeps the flow of traffic going up and over to get from one area to the other a bit easier. There we go. So you gotta wait for them to update and change their routes and stuff like that. Anyway, complaining about not enough goods. No one's really complaining about anything. Now, we're acquiring quite a bit of acquisition. I could always increase it a bit more. But the petroleum plastics now pumping 83,000 in total profit. I've just realised how much is actually going out. Jeez Louise! We have really made some money right now. We have really started to make some sweet cash money, moolah. Okay. That is ridiculous. So those overpasses are actually working. They do the bare minimum to what we need. Pumps it all out. This is a little bit of a struggle right now with them turning in and out, trying to get to their directions. That is not being as overwhelmed as I thought it was going to be. So now I should change the speed. So this strip there is a 30, a 30, a 30, and a 30 going down to here. This is forcing them to try and, as they come out of the train station, to utilize this loop. Rather than, I mean, they could come down there and that way, but I'm trying to reduce these speed limits down here. And through there. Thus using alternating routes. But it's not, this is the thing I got to remind myself. As annoying as it is, and there's a lot of demand and stuff like that, I get it. There's so many things I could do to improve it. I get it. It's not backed up traffic stopping. They are moving. They are going to the directions they need to get to. It's not holding anything up. There's just a lot of traffic because I have a lot of buildings. You know what I mean? That's what I got to remind myself. Now, the total profit is 105,000. So what I'm doing right now is working. There's no imports. It's all our own production. We're pumping out goods like you would not believe right now. So where's the stress? Where's the hassle? I don't know. I truly don't know at this point. But at the same time, right, it would be nice to get him to utilize this a bit more. So speed limits yet again. We're going to reduce down to 30, 30, actually, yeah, 30, 30, 30. We'll go 30, 30, and 30. And then we'll do 100 on these loops. So it's still then, for some of them, it's quicker to go this way into there. Train it still, it might be. Doing what I can right now. What I can. Will it work? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, he whizzed around that corner there. Did you see him whizzing? So you just gotta give him time to kind of figure stuff out. Right, you're whizzing round. Okay, what I might have done is made these guys come around this way a lot quicker than going maybe up, down, and in. Yeah. Oh, okay, there's a truck coming out there. Interesting. Okay. But then again, it's less vehicles coming this way causing traffic, so yeah. Right, so. Ooh, actually, we might see all this now funneling to here. Rather than driving back, would they get off the train and drive the rest? I wonder where the train's going to go. Underground mode. It probably won't go this way. We know it works because we've seen vehicles enter that area. It's just interesting to see how it all kind of comes together. Nah, they're all going straight out. There's no messing about. There's no messing about. Right. But I feel like I've funneled more into this route. Yes. This is very, 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 very overwhelmed. So we'll try and switch it up a bit more, where we'll make this be... This one here, it can be 100. Just try and divide it so they go to this stop, because this one's seen as the quicker route right now with the train. So trying to split it a little bit more evenly. It's probably not a good idea to have, like, the connection here between the two. Because of how this is going to flow. Because this is being treated as the route... Oh, we got vehicles going in. Oh, yes, we do. So this one here is also being treated as these guys using it as well. You know, they've got to come into this stop there. But then you've also got the traffic trying to get out of here. Traffic down there is currently fine. But now it's all kind of clearing up as vehicles are able to go where they need to go. Yeah, so I might turn these into one-way routes. Or do you reckon I need to or not? Because the way that this is coming in and out is perfectly fine. I'd rather them backed up on this road than you know, around here. Do you know, it's kind of... I think you get it in waves, don't you? Yeah. A train is just left, so we're getting a few vehicles using that. I think you just kind of get the traffic in waves. We'll keep an eye on it. It makes good money, so I can't stress too much, okay? I can't stress too much. It makes good money. I would not like to know what kind of pressure it now puts on our kind of docks. I would like to know. I still feel like we need additional docks. Cargo harbours to get more ships coming in and out. But yeah, it is a little bit frightening. It is a little bit frightening. So, is this as worse as it's going to get? Maybe. Who knows? Do we need anything additional? I don't think we do, because all the buildings seem to be functioning correctly. I think if anything, it's just fine-tuning the vehicle routes a little bit more. I do have this connection here that I can also connect in to maybe utilise. It's kind of give us that third angle. But other than that, same with this one as well. We can do like a bypassing route to connect over. But other than that, apart from the little hiccup here and there, you have to expect a lot of traffic. Things seem to be running smoothly. We're utilising both train stations, both sides. You get the odd vehicle or two are now starting to use this. When I add a few more bits and bobs around here, you still get a few more usage. Another train being spawned right now. So we know the trains actually work. Whoever uses that is not using over here, so it kind of works. I can just see us pumping so many freaking trains out. And I'm going to take it they're all going to go to the left, because obviously it's the shortest route to the harbour. But look how many boats are coming in. Holy moly. I need additional routes going out. But look at the pollution as well. Damn. Right, guys, we're going to end it here anyway. There's a lot going on. There is definitely a lot going on right now. But the next thing I need to do is bring public transport over here, because the peeps, they can't actually get themselves over here. In terms of the routes, we can do an additional stop extending off this metro line to here. Obvious one. And then we'll do a little bus route that kind of goes around, dropping the people off to their buildings that they need to work in. Other than that, guys, it's pretty much standard stuff. I don't know whether to build a cargo harbour on this side, or whether that will then put too much pressure on the train systems around. But I need to take a little bit of the heat off this one. Is this one as bad? This one's not as bad. But look at the sheer amount of vehicles driving in. Oh my goodness me, where have you come from? Where have you come from? Oh, you're returning to a facility. Yeah, we're going to need some more cargo routes set up. Is this the only train route in this area for it? Yeah, the next one's over there. Is that busy? Not too busy at all, is it? But yeah, we got to sort out some additional routes. We really do. Other than that, though, it's been a great success, because you can see the amount of traffic is now starting to die down as they now figure stuff out. They're utilising this one only a little bit more. It's all kind of working. We're making 100 grand a week in profit. Oh my. We are starting to actually import a little bit of oil as well, so we might need to up the numbers that we are producing. But it's okay. It shall do. They do suffer at the minute with not enough goods, but they will be dropped off, I believe, before they know it. So, no stress. No stress, he says. There we go, that building has got the goods. A truck just went into there, but clearly it was not enough. I think it was just the generic vehicle returning to the facility. Right, okay. More vehicles going in, I see. More vehicles going in. Great stuff. Great stuff. We're bottlenecking the shipping routes. We need to create additional more. We'll get that set up at some point. But I can't believe the cash injection that we have now created for our industry. The sheer cash injection we've created for the oil. It literally, look what it does to the fishing industry. It makes it look so damn weak. 25% of our income is now from the industries. All down to the oil industry. We struck gold. Liquid gold. So until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So...